Who are you? What are you doing here? No one's allowed round the world, Heart.
I'm no threat.
So you say. What brings you all the way out here?
Are you responsible for the world, Heart, here?
That's what you care about? The world, Heart? What about the men sent with it? If we wither, it does too. Goliath should care. But yes, what are we next to a world, Heart? Ants in history. Maybe that's what Born meant. He told me being a cultivator was about learning who you are. Out here,
What is a cultivator?
Well, we're farmers, in the main. We grow the crops for Goliath and we tend to the seedlings. The warriors act like they're the big guys, but really they're here to protect us. Warriors might get the glory, but
Changing the world. You just put plants in dirt.
yeah, say that next time you eat stew or need a healing plant. Anyone can stick a sword in someone, but farming, growing, cultivating, bringing life, that takes skill. I got sent here as punishment 5 years ago.
Punished? And you say you enjoy doing this?
Yeah, masochist, aren't I? Beer, women, and fights were all that used. Now, I get a kick from seeing just a few seedlings a season make it all the way to mature. I can take pride from that.
Tell me, what do you know about Ascor's murder?
Nothing really. I don't hear much from Goliath out here.
So, you were here when he was killed?
Probably. I haven't been anywhere else in months. I only go back for supplies or to transport seedlings. When was Ascor killed?
3 months ago, around Mana's Eve.
Oh, then I was back in Goliath sometime around then. I've lost track, to be honest, but whenever it was, I didn't see anything.
How well do you know Ascor?
Not at all. I mean, I knew of him, people talked about him, but I don't think I ever said more than hello to him, and he ignored me. He didn't really have time. But, you know, people can be like that. Some value our work.
Do you know where they found Ascor's body?
I'm guessing somewhere in the forest, or why ask me, right?
Did you hear anything else about Ascor?
Well, I'm wondering why you're not asking me about the seedling that disappeared the same night Ascor was murdered. No one seems to be asking about it. And from what I heard, it wasn't just... I heard it was being sent to a cultivator in the hope it could go on to Tavar or somewhere as a new world heart. But it never arrived.
Do you carry a sword?
Of course. It's dangerous out here.
You work here on your own?
Most of the time. That's part of the punishment. It didn't used to be as lonely. They'd send patrols out to check. But since the Albs started attacking, we've been left... Yeah, I guess we're not a priority.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Me? Of course I didn't.
You really don't think you have a motive?
You mean the seedling he had? I'm a cultivator. I look after a world heart. I want to know what happened to the seedling he had. Why aren't you investigating where it went?
You're out here with a sword and no witnesses.
If I tried to attack a warrior with a sword, chances are you'd be planting me in the ground.
How safe is the world's heart here?
You mean with the Albs scouting out Goliath? They don't seem to register it. The world heart mustn't be their mission, or they don't know about it. That is, if the animals didn't get me first, or still, all in a day's work.
Anything you want me to report to Ragnar?
Yeah. Can you tell him about the world heart? That it's okay? He should know we're still working, even though the patrols aren't coming to check. But if you're offering to help, there is one thing. I've not had any supplies from Goliath. Can you get them to send?
What do you mean the Albs don't register the world heart?
They don't come here. You'd think they'd come straight for it, huh? It's eating Elex and they sort of... Maybe they don't like the mana. The mutants here love it, but when they eat it, it makes them sick. Maybe...
Why plant the world's heart out here where it's in danger?
You don't under...
So tell me,
We're changing the world with them. Wherever you plant a world heart, it extracts the Elex from the ground, pulls the poison out of the soil. It makes the soil come back to life. Lets Magellan's nature return to it. So whenever we plant a world heart, life follows. The more we plant, the more of Magellan. We have to plant them in places like this because it's where they make it.
so where do the world hearts come from?
I don't know. They found the first ones, the first berserkers. They realized...
Where do you get your supplies from?
Directly from Goliath, normally. Sometimes, but you can't rely on that.
Why have the deliveries come to a halt?
The Alb attacks. The warlords have put all... We're supposed to be self-sufficient out here. But with more Alb attacks and more creatures, we don't have...
I will ask about your food supplies.
Thank you. Cinda is probably the best person to ask. She's fierce. I mean, ball. I'm not asking for anything special. Just the usual supply run. Or just, well, anything, to be honest. We're hungry out here.
Won't they send you supplies?
At some point, when they remember. Trust me, you going and asking will be faster than us waiting for them to remember. Our stomachs have better memories than they have. Listen, Goliath aside, there's a plant, the cultivator's loaf. If we could collect some of that, it would help us. It grows everywhere, but we've just not had time to collect them. 4 dozen should be enough.
4 dozen?
Yes, hopefully that would last us until we get another supply run. Say, let's round it up. Can you bring me 50? It would save you a trip to Goliath.
What are you doing here? You should go. This place is dangerous. You should move on.
You're Krell, the guard from the Mana Shrine, right?
Yeah. You've come looking for me then, huh? And you came running, did you?
You took the Elex from the Mana Shrine.
Who says I did? You know how much Elex sells for? Lots of people want to steal it.
Why did you steal the Elex?
What's that to you? I've not seen you before.
Tell me what happened. Maybe I won't give you up.
How can I be sure of that?
I could lie to Cauldron.
Why would you do that?
Persuade me. Use your chance to get out of this, or leave it. Your choice.
Who says there's anything to explain? Elex, it's worth a lot. I took it. I sold it.
You wouldn't be hiding out here if you had.
Maybe I like mausoleums. Go on, ask your questions.
Why do you need Elex?
I am not hiding. Have you met the mutant here?
No.
That is my brother, Grimmer. The Albs captured him and took him to that converter. They were going to throw him in. He escaped somehow, but the converter had changed him. I don't know how he survived, but whatever that machine did to him, it's left him needing Elex. If he goes without it for any time, then he's in pain. Without it, I know he'll die. He's my brother. And
You're feeding Elex to your brother.
I'm controlling it. Trying to lessen the dose each time. I'm weaning him off it, I'm sure. I keep going, I can get him back. When he's better, I'll go back to Goliad. I'll explain everything to Cauldron. Until then, I can't. They wouldn't understand what I'm doing.
You should end his suffering.
He's my brother. I know he's still in there somewhere. I can't give up on him.
You can keep the Elex.
Yeah, great. I wouldn't have given it to you anyway. What will you say to Cauldron?
I'll say I found your corpse.
Dead should answer the question. They won't look for a dead man. Maybe. I can explain that. If I go back in the future, say the body was mutilated, I'll say that I planted things on it. I hope I can go back to Goliath after my brother's cured.
Who are you?
I am Leonard. Berserker, prospective hunter, and apprentice. At least I will be if Master Garen will teach me.
You're learning to be a hunter?
I'm an apprentice. Do you have any hunting experience?
I'm learning how to survive out here.
Master Garen says that life begins and you'll become dead if you can't. That's the most he says. But no, maybe you can learn something from him.
You don't hunt together then?
We have. But last time we went out, I made too much noise. We were attacked by raptors. He let me try and shoot the pack leader, but I dropped my bow.
You dropped your bow?
I know. We were moving. Then it was too late. We had to run.
You lost your bow?
Yes, I wasn't going to stay there unarmed. I ran.
So, get another bow.
Garen, Master Garen, he's not taught me how to make one. I need my old one. How can I hunt without a bow? Make a new one? Where would I even
You must be able to find the materials you need around here. Didn't Garen tell you anything?
He pointed at some trees he said were good, and said something about animals sinew or
Then where's your problem?
getting all that stuff without getting killed. I'd still rather get my old bow back. Please, will you help me? I can pay you if you do.
Where did you lose your bow?
Everything happened so fast, I can't really remember the exact spot. In any case, it was to the north, by the cliffs below, under Goliath.
That's a lot of ground to search.
Yeah, but at least the raptors have moved on. They followed us, so they're not around there anymore. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know.
I will find your bow.
If you do that, you will have my eternal thanks. And I will also give you a few shards in addition to my portion from the hunt. Oh, and this needs to stay between us. I don't want Garen to learn about it. He'll get over it when I have my... But if he hears in advance, he'll try and talk...
Hey, you, what are you doing? You're scaring away. You crash around like that, you'll scare off anything you can eat and attract...
I don't know these forests.
That's as plain as a horny troll in your sleeping. You'd better learn quick if you want to stay up. You're scaring away the prey that is my life. It's hard enough bringing in the food I have to, without some big-footed oaf crashing through the forest. Still, seeing as you aren't a natural hunter, maybe you'd like to buy some goods from me.
You're a hunter?
Yeah, I found my place. This is where I belong, with nature and for nature. I want nothing to do with...
Why not?
Too much talking, too much bullshit. But you look like a talker. Is that why you're here?
A berserker was killed. The body was found in the forest.
The forest is a dangerous place.
The berserker who was murdered was called Asgore. Did you know him?
Asgore? That asshole. Yeah, I knew him. I kept out of his way. He kissed Ragnar's ass and treated everyone else like rot boar shit.
Sociable guy, aren't you?
Sociable just means happy to talk shit. I don't talk shit.
When were you last in the forest by Goliath?
I don't know. Not for a year. This is the best area for hunting, and all Goliath cares about is me filling my quota. As long as I send them meat and fur, I can stay out here away from small talk and politics.
Do you always hunt with a bow?
A bow? Traps? You should always try and kill at a distance. Learn that, and you will live longer. I'm here to feed berserkers, not the creatures.
You didn't like Asgore.
I didn't put myself in a position where I needed to. Little shit won't be missed.
Sounds like you had a grudge.
I think most people are assholes. You only asked me about Asgore. What's with all these questions? Is some asshole trying to pin this on me?
I'm questioning anyone I meet out here.
If you want an alibi for me, you'll have to go out there and speak to the raptors.
Is that your only alibi?
I'm a hunter. You want to know where I am? I'm always here in the forest.
What are you hunting?
Whatever I find. You can't be too picky if you want to hit Goliath's quota and feed. You won't catch anyone in Goliath. They're missing good meat.
Do you want to stay a hunter?
Nothing wrong with hunting. Let other people kiss ass and climb ladders. I want to stay out here. It's bad enough they send me these half-baked apprentices.
You don't like apprentices?
Apprentices want to be hunters. I get people who don't.
You don't think they deserve a chance?
Sending them here just gives them a chance to get killed. Live day to day, having to hit your quota of meat to send home, while you train people who don't want to be here? I went hunting with Leonard a few days ago. He was so clumsy he brought a We got home here with no meat, and all of those damn raptors followed us right back here onto... I'm not doing that again.
You should take care of the raptors.
Hunt raptors alone? Sure. What's the point of living, hey? Me? I'm gonna have to wait those raptors out. And Goliath will get its meat when I'm ready.
Leonard, your apprentice wants his old bow back.
I told the boy to make a new one. He will only become a true hunter if he learns. And this is his lesson.
I told Leonard that I'll help him find his old bow.
You see, this is why I like it out here. Normally, I don't have assholes interfering with my business. Leonard must learn his lesson. If you find Leonard's bow, you give it to me.
Teach me something.
Sure.
Not now. About Ascor's murder. I don't think Baron did it. Ascor was his friend, and Baron just wants to be left alone. I don't see why he'd murder anyone.
All right. Even though he knew Ascor better than most, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the energy or the motive. Frankly, I only think Ragnar wanted Baron questioned in case he had seen anything. It looks like he didn't. Let's take him off the list for now.
Garen just wants to hunt. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he killed him. Besides, if he had killed Ascor, he'd have used his bow, not a sword.
Yeah, all Garen wants is to hunt. He'd have no motive for this.
It's not conclusive, but I don't think it was him.
I agree. I don't think it was him either. Let's take him off the list.
Eardor didn't have time to commit a murder. He's tending to the world hard and looking after supplies. Besides, he's just too weak to have killed Ascor in the way you described.
Yes, I agree. I don't think Eardor was capable of this. That's one less suspect for us. You're making good progress. I'll keep Ragnar informed.
I could use your help.
Then you have it.
You think you can keep up with me? I mean, I use a jetpack sometimes.
I know. I have one that I haven't taken to the pit yet.
Can you use it though? You are a berserker.
Yeah, sometimes rules can be bent. I'll deal with any trouble.
Then let's go. There's an abandoned camp in some ruins to the west of Goliath. You can meet me there.
You lead, I'll follow. Don't forget, Ragnar still wants an answer to Ascor's murder. We should tell him something. The Berserkers have held the Alps back with bravery and magic. This fight will call upon those qualities.
Follow me.
Sure.
Eardor needs supplies.
Eardor? The cultivator? Yes, I suppose he's not had any supplies for a while. But he will have to wait. He can forge...
I promised I'd get him supplies.
I'm not responsible for...
If you don't help him,
Then he's not much of a cultivator, is he? Everybody's up against it. Everything I've got here, except for a load of bread I had to throw out because no one picked it up from the... I mean, what use? For the one of a few men, we waste resource.
I found it. I can take that to Eardor and the cultivators.
You could, if you think...
He said they were desperate. I'm trying to help.
And I'm trying to help them all.
Can we trade?
Look around. Tell me what you need.
You do know that technology is banned here.
Who knows what they're going to find in those ruins next?
Don't take it personally.
He always thought he could talk his way around anyone.
I think you can just leave it like that.
I told him he can forget about that.
They say the raptors are pretty fierce.
I don't know. What have you heard? Because I haven't heard anything.
You definitely got the wrong end of the stick.
I told him he can forget about that.
Why even waste time thinking about it? messing with technology.
Teach me something.
Yeah, sure, why not?
No. Too easy.
Goods are the whole heart of trade. Now, what's the world without trade?
Excuse me, do you know Stormson? Have you seen him anywhere?
Yeah, I met him.
Do you know where he is now?
No, I don't.
He was supposed to meet me, but Oren said he'd left with two guys.
Who did he leave with?
Oren didn't say, which is strange. He was really evasive, and it's not as if he wouldn't know. Oren knows everyone in Goliath.
Could Stormson have left with outsiders?
I'd have heard if there were more outsiders here. Everyone...
Then the men were berserkers.
But if they were from Goliath, then...
Maybe he was told not to.
Angrim. He is the only one who could scare Oren into staying silent about something. Stormson must have been arrested.
Can you think why Angrim would have Stormson arrested?
Stormson spoke out against the law. He thought we were losing the war, that we...
Change what? Change how?
I don't know. He asked me to go with him to look for supplies. I assumed he meant medical supplies, but do you think because I said I wouldn't that...
Maybe. And maybe. If he's alive, I will find Stormson for you.
Would you speak to Angrim? He must know what's happened.
Okay, I'll speak to Angrim.
Be careful. Angrim believes in the law more than he does in people. If he...
I can take care of myself. know about Stormson's disappearance?
Stormson? The hunter?
He was taken from the tavern. Orin refuses to say who took him.
And what business is Stormson of yours?
Do you know what happened to him?
He was arrested, questioned, and sentenced. There was no doubting his guilt. He had spoken his thoughts quite freely.
What crime did Stormson commit?
He had fallen under the spell of technology. He had the deluded idea that we should give up magic and take up...
Why not use both?
Give up studying magic to fight an arms race we can't win? Commit our sin. The Pilgrim has committed us to finding a way to win this war with magic. To spread the lie of technology.
You had Stormson executed?
You think our laws are that harsh? He had only spoken against our way.
So he's still alive?
The law is clear. Such weapons are forbidden. Stormson knew that, and he made his choice. Now, he has been exiled to the valley. A lenient sentence, to send him back to the place he loves. Heed the laws. That's all we...
About Kral.
Yes?
I found Kral. Kral is in hiding.
You know this for sure?
Yes, he's in the old mausoleum. He's hiding there with his brother.
His brother is dead. He was killed in a converter.
His brother didn't die, but he was changed. This is why Kral took the Elex. He's been feeding it to his brother to keep him alive.
Then his brother is dead, even if it is a living death. His will rotted by the Elex. He must now be as mindless as one of the Alb's mutants. Thank you for finding them. I will send men to deal with this problem. Kral must be returned and his brother saved from his misery. A brother's love. Kral must have thought he was saving Grimoire. But you have done him and the Berserkers a service. You have my pledge, should you need it. Something has occurred to me. Perhaps...
What do you need?
I need someone less conspicuous than myself. You see, I need some answers. But if suspicion sticks and people can start to see something. So, that is why You see, there is a cultivator by the name of Ulrich. But there has been a change in him of late. I would like you to speak to him and see if you can find out what is troubling him.
What do you suspect, Ulrich?
Well, that's the issue. You see, Ulrich has continued with his tasks. He is polite and helpful, but...
How can I find out what's wrong?
Just talk with him. See if you get the same. He is someone who loves what he does. You should have no trouble getting... But maybe that's it. Maybe he's seeking promotion. Or maybe he's just having a bad day. Whatever it is, he served us well, and if there is something wrong, I'd like to help him. I don't want him to be afraid.
Excellent.